Many thanks indeed for checking in. Lovely to have you with me. Wonderful to be with you. We're on a Wednesday night. Great to be with you, as I say. I've got 4 big bets for you lined up. And the great news, they're all running over there in the Irish Emerald Isle. 3 of them at the Curragh and 1 of them is at Tramore. Indeed, the Tramore horse I've got for you is a very interesting type. 25 to 1. It's just been put in on the odds checker at 25 to 1. A pony, Macaroni, 25 to 1. And I'll be giving you that free of charge in just one moment. The 3 horses at the Curragh all been priced up now. I've brought this message out a little bit later than normal. And those 3 horses are priced at 10 to 1, 6 to 1 and 12 to 1. Indeed, the 12 to 1 is also trained by the same trainer that I gave you a week ago. I believe it was last Wednesday on the line, called Conversant, which won at 12 to 1 into 13 to 2 at Navan. That was at Navan. And I gave you that. That was a major gamble, 12 to 1 into 13 to 2. And I believe that trainer could have another big winner at the Curragh on a 12 to 1 chance, which is 12 to 1 right now across the board on the odds checker, all across the board, 12 to 1. As I say, the other 2 horses at the Curragh are 6 to 1 and 10 to 1. And then there is a 25 to 1 chance at Tramore. And make no mistake about it, that horse can win. It's a very interesting horse. It's a horse that is a lot better than the form suggests. It's a horse that has been hiding its light behind a bushel, as they say, and it's ready to pop up and win at a big price. Whether it's tomorrow or not, we don't know. But one thing for sure, that this horse, which is 25 to 1, is getting ready to land the job. Okay, so I'll be giving you that free of charge as well. I'm giving you the 4 bets, all free of charge. If you do want the Dundalk 4, they're still for sale. They're still there for you. Remember, the Friday is Dundalk. Last Friday I gave you 11 to 1, beg your pardon, 12 to 1 winners, which was Pierre Lapin and, of course, Dragon Hill. Both won 11 to 1, 12 to 1. And I also gave you a third each way a place at 25 to 1, backed into 9 to 1. There's only 3 bets advised, 2 winners, 11 to 1 and 12 to 1, and a 25 to 1 third. I've got 4 handicap jobs all lined up at Dundalk, and the 4 for a tenner. If you've already registered for it, you don't do that again, for goodness sake, because you paid for it and you're in the email list. It's as simple as that. If you want to get on, you've got until the end of tonight to get on, and then I'm going to close the show on it and then put them all in an email bulk send, and then we'll bulk send them at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and I'll be frying tonight for Fridays. So you do need to take action and get those 4 Dundalk beauties, and they're all going to be very big prices. Sort of minimum doubles 100 to 1, minimum trebles about 1,000 to 1. They're going to be big uns. They are going to be big uns. So you do need to get yourselves registered and get that tenner paid, and then you need to write to petersracingtips@gmail.com. That's the administration, and that'll put you in the email bulk send, and you'll be up and running, ready to go. When you write to petersracingtips@gmail.com, just quote the word Dundalk, and we'll know what you mean, and you've paid. And then we'll cross-reference that the PayPal or the bank's been paid to that name, and hunky-dory, as they say. If you've already done it, you're in, no problem at all. You'll be getting the bets on Thursday night, tomorrow night, frying tonight for Friday. 4 big bets at Dundalk. And if you're not, well, I suggest you get on board as fast as possible. But I'm ready to burst the bookies. I'm going to come into form big time. I can feel it in my bones. And I tell you, I'm a very dangerous man as Fridays arrive. It's going to be big, it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be dangerous. So get yourselves on board. I tell you, it's not a question of if I hit 3 winners or 4 out of 4 on these Dundalk specials, or when I've put lucky 15s together. It's not even in the equation. It's when. And I don't know when that is, but it's coming. So you make sure that you're on them, or you will miss out on a potential fortune of winnings. No tax as well. Remember, my average price winners in Ireland is 10 to 1. So, you know, if you have 3 winners at 10 to 1, it pays 1,000 to 1. If you have 4, you get yourself a 10,000 to 1 payout. It's a game show win. You've got a chance of a game show win for peanuts. All right? And my job is to get you that game show win. And it's not if, it's when I do it. There's no question. All right? So get yourselves on 4 for a 10. If you've not already done it, get on board. Right, we need to talk business now. Disappointing day today. I'm not even going to touch it, because if I touched it, I'd get myself really in trouble for saying what I think about those horses drifting in the betting and what rides they were given. So I'm not going to say nothing. All I'm going to say is we didn't win today. Noted. Trust me, noted. Noted. So what we need to do now is to move on to tomorrow's action. And what I'm talking about is Thursday's action. There is one more bet to run tonight, which was a late information bet that I sent out on an extra video. If you want to watch that, it was broadcast earlier on this morning. So you're best to click on that rather than me talk about it on here, because I need to concentrate on Thursday's horses on this bulletin. I'm going to repeat one of the bets which were on this morning's because it does run at the Curragh, and I'll do that one in a minute. But first of all, start at the 4:55 at the Curragh, and remember this is for racing on Thursday. And the Curragh, remember that a couple of weeks ago, I went 3 out of 3 on the Saturday, and including an 18-1 winner backed into 11-1, and 2 big each way, 16-1s and 12-1s, third and fourth placed. So the Curragh's been good to me and it's been good to you. And let's see if we can make it good again on Thursday. Go to the 4:55 and we'll start with number 19 on your board. It's a big handicap, this one. 23 runners go to post. But I love those big handicaps because you get big price winners. And I think this one's got a great chance. It's number 19. It's called Cactus Tree. It's trained by the same trainer, Dennis Hogan, that trained Conversant, who hadn't run for about 6 months prior to bolting up at the van last week when I tipped it you. And this one's got the tongue tie on for the first time. He's only just got hold of this horse, Dennis Hogan, and he's had one run with it. But what I can tell you that this horse has been working exceptionally well and is extremely well handicapped off a mark of 47. The horse is going to get the pace it loves and wants in this race. It's going to be a real strong gallop. There are 23 runners at the Curragh. It's going to be fast and furious. But number 19 it is anyway. It's called Cactus Tree. It's ridden by Joey Sheridan, who claims £3. It's the first time he's got on board it. But Dennis Hogan is a master trainer at landing these big handicaps. He really is. He doesn't have too many winners, Dennis, but when they do go in, they're generally big prices and they land big punts. And this is exactly the story with Cactus Tree. As I say, he's only had 16 winners, Dennis, from 349 runs. Bit of a scattergun. But not when the money's on, it's not. And this one, I tell you, the money's on, because I'm on it, I tell you that. Number 19, Cactus Tree, I like it a lot. And it's a winner waiting to happen. There can be no doubt about that. The bookmakers are paying first 5, first 6, tongue-tied for the first time, runs off a mark of 47. Raced at Roscommon last time, 5th of 15. That track doesn't suit it at all, but this Curragh one will. And I think it's got an amazing chance each way. Number 19, Cactus Tree. It's a free bet. It's your first free bet. And it's the first Irish free bet of the 4 Irish bets I've got for you on this telecast. Wow. Right, let's go to the second bet of the day, which runs at the Curragh again. It's in the 5:30. Remember, I've got a 25-1 shot at Tramore, which I think should be about 6-1. I really do think the horse has really got form that could absolutely murder them tomorrow, and it doesn't look like it on paper, but I know a lot about this horse and it could well pop up and strike at a huge price. And those 25-1s, you know I like them. As I say, last week at Dundalk, I backed a horse from 25-1 into 9-1, which placed each way. And we've had some big touches, 18-1 into 2-1, which has won. We've had 5-1s into 5-4, which has won both last week. So we're looking at big gambles here, and this channel is all about big gambles, big prices. Not everyone can win, but they don't need to when you're striking some huge gambles like that. Anyway, let's go to the 5:30 at the Curragh. It's the final race of the day on Thursday. It's a £12,000 handicap, and the horse I'm all over here is trained by Ken Condon, and again ridden by Joey Sheridan, who claims £3. The horse is number 2. It's called Swift Flight. Swift Flight runs over 5 furlongs and has everything in its favour in this race. Although it's a 21 runner handicap, I think there's only probably half a dozen that are really serious protagonists, and I think number 2, Swift Flight, is certainly at the head of those. Off a mark of 74, it's dropped £5 since its last run, and this grey gelding really does look something to bet on. The bookies are going to pay out first 5 or maybe first 6 in Hans places, and number 2, Swift Flight, is a horse you know, I really think it's got an amazing chance. It's a big price, 6 or 7 to 1, although that doesn't seem too big in a 21 runner event. Ken Condon, real shrewd trainer, got £3 off it as well, with Joey Sheridan claiming the 3, who has ridden it twice out the last 4 times it's ran. And this grey gelding has got everything in its favour today, or tomorrow I should say, for Thursday. Number 2, Swift Flight is your second bet of the day on this Thursday coming up the 13th of October, which we sincerely hope is unlucky for the bookmakers and not for us. The 3:45 at Curragh was a horse I put on an earlier bulletin today, and I put it on as an advanced bet alert because I wanted the people who really got on early to get the best price, because I do think this horse is going to be a very big gamble indeed. I'll give you this one now, and then I'll tell you the 25 to 1 poke at Tramore, and that could be an amazing punt, that one, because it won't take too much to move the market at Tramore, and this one is a real live wire horse which could pop up and land a huge gamble at 25 pony to 1, 25 to 1. Okay, so go to the 3:45, and this is the horse, as I say, which I sent out earlier on today as a horse that the people who called should take the early price. It's number 16. It's in the 3:45, the quarter to 4 race. It's trained by Mick Halford and ridden by Ronan Whelan. It's number 16. It's called Ryami, spelled R-I-Y-A-M-I. R-I-Y-A-M-I. It's had its first run at Listal a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and that was its first run for about 5 months, having previously raced at Cork. The word I've got for this horse, it's absolutely improved out of all recognition. Mick Alford has put the cheek pieces on for the first time. It's dropped a pound in weights. It's absolutely cock on for this race, and it'll take something special, I think, to lower its colours. It's a big price, 10 to 1, maybe even bigger, but I think by the time we've backed it and dealt with this, it won't be that big. I think this horse will go off a lot shorter than 10 or 12 to 1. The horse has been gelded, and it's ready to strike. No question whatsoever, ready to strike. And although it's got 4 zeros next to its name, 0, and I joke about that, you know, the form figures are 8695. It sounds like the weighing room number at the Curragh. It's a horse who's ready to win. Ready to win. 4 noughts and then a win. That's what I love. Or even 5 noughts and a win. They're getting them ready. They're getting these horses handicapped to win. They're putting them under the right conditions, and then you strike. It doesn't matter if there's 21 runners, if there's only about 3 or 4 that can win. And this one can win. Number 16, Ryami. Very fancied indeed. Last time up, it showed it was very green. It ran all over the track, and obviously Mick Halford, a master trainer, banging form Halford, training winners right, left and centre, and Ronan Whelan, riding winners all over the place. Banging form, this outfit, and this horse has got the cheek pieces on to keep it straight and true, and I think it'll be like straight as a gun barrel and win. 16, Ryami. Can't be confident. Unless you fancy something strong, you can't be confident, and I fancy something strong there, Ryami. I'm all over it. 3:45 at the Curragh, that's the one for me, and that's the one for you. I like it. Really big price, 10 to 1. Which leaves one horse to go. And that horse runs at the meeting at Tramore, which is a lowly meeting that nobody's paying any attention to whatsoever, but I am. And I'm going to give you this horse now, which runs in the 3:35, which is only a 12-runner race, and it's a handicap hurdle over 2.5 miles. So I'll give you this now, and then I'll be back at 6 o'clock on Thursday night for Friday's action. But Friday's action, if you want the Dundalk courses, I'll say once more, you need to click on the PayPal link below or pay bank to bank for your cocken and your 10. Once you've paid your tenner, you must write to petersracingtips@gmail.com, and then just quote the word Dundalk, and then we'll put you in the email bulk, which is going out at Thursday night at 7 p.m. But there'll be no Dundalk bets on this channel. They're all going under plain cover, emailed to the clients and the wonderful VIP clients who have purchased the 4 bets. All right, so we know where we stand. I wish you the best of luck. It's going to be a big gambling night, and last week we had a phenomenal night, and let's hope we can replicate it with another big double or treble, or who knows, get the jackpot Charlie in and change your life. Right, 3:35 at Tramore. Here's a horse then. It's a tricky race, isn't it? But I'm going for a bigger here. Number 9. It's called Tingaran Express, trained by Philip Fenton and ridden by Brian Hayes. I can't tell you what I know about this horse, because if I did, I wouldn't be able to, well, I can't. It's Secret Service. And this mare, who's only a 5-year-old, has got stacks of potential, and she's ready to strike. She's not ran since May this year, so she's been off the course, getting ready. And I tell you, I think she's really well handicapped. She's going in a handicap for the first time off a mark of 97. And the horse has got form of 6.948. As I say, forget about that. Forget about it all. What the message I've got is this one's ready to pop up and strike. And a monumental gamble landed. And, well, I'm going for it. And I'm going to give it some jip, I tell you that. Number 9, Tingaran Express. Tingaran Express. Trained by Philip Fenton, ridden by Brian Hughes. Hasn't ran since May. Means 0. 3:35 at Tramore. 2.5 miles. Everything's ready. We're on 3:35 at Tremor, Tingaran Express. So some big ammunition for you, all ready to go on Thursday. I've got the Cactus Tree and the 4:55 at the Curragh for the same trainer that landed a big 12-1 winner for us last week. We've got a fantastic Kenny Condon who's training for Joey Sheridan on board with Swift Flight and the 5:30 at the Curragh. Of course, don't forget Roy Army in the 3:45 for Mick Halford at the Curragh. Another big one, 10-1 to your money. 4 duck eggs next to its name, meaningless. It's ready. And Tingaran Express, 25-1. I don't think it'll be 25-1 come race time. I like the look of these 4. 4 big price ones, 10s, 25, 12s and 6s. That's what you want when you're betting. Big chance, a big chance with big profits and small outlays. You could hit the jackpot for nothing. I tell you what, this is a big chance. Friday, Thursday and Friday. Wow, Dundalk. We'll say no more. Get on.